Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to the 23rd and final episode of The Road to Glory here on FIFA 16 Ultimate Team. Today we're going to play our final 3 games. There would have been 4. I played the first game, I beat someone 5-1, and midway through that recording my computer decided to do what's known as a kernel panic, and it completely shut down on me. I lost that footage. I'm very sorry and I'm very annoyed about it. But we got 3 final games to get through today, and then I'll give a little review of everything at the end and show you a potential few players that we could do a new Road to Glory based around, and they're pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. So we go into our first game against what is a strong BPL squad. That's pretty much all you come up against on Ultimate Team this year. The creativity is sort of lacking when you play these games. Sometimes you sort of wonder, why just put some other players in, you know what I'm saying? But then again, we've said it before, the BPL is kind of all you need really on this game. They've got lots of strength, pace, shooting ability, all of that good stuff, so you can see why people build those squads, of course. But this was a very tough game. As you can see, we're getting quite lucky to not go 1-0 behind right there. It was another one of these foggy games, which I'm not too keen on. I've expressed that before, and at halftime we go in. Very even game. We'd had a few more opportunities, but we hadn't managed to stick them away. He gets in the box here with Balassi and sticks at what is a very nice goal away. He is just one player I cannot defend against on this game because he's big and strong and he's got amazing agility and skill moves and stuff. It makes it ridiculously hard to tackle him. We try and get that equalizer, a nice shot right there. I thought this was going to be the one, but look how much this guy absolutely skies it, man. Is Parolo left-footed? Because if he's not, I want to have words with him, because that was just appalling, and unfortunately we lose that game 1-0. Not the end of the world, but a little bit frustrating considering it was a very sort of close game, but maybe he got the upper hand on me, I will admit. Now we go into what is a new game with this squad right here, the one with Slimani, Ben Yedder, Cabela. This is probably my favourite squad out of the 2, and it's actually probably slightly cheaper as well, I think. We come up against actually a Bundesliga squad this time, so a little bit different to the usual BPL that we come up against. But I would say this is the second most common. I reckon it goes BPL, then Bundesliga, then of course like Serie A. Serie A is a very popular one as well. But this was I felt quite easy for us. I felt like we were dominating a little bit. It did go a little bit laggy, as you can see, frame to frame right there. But Slimani was running riot. Like he had some pretty good defenders, but for some reason Slimani was just, you know what, I'm going to go on a little mazy run with him. And I actually really like this guy's dribbling, even though it's like proper terrible on his card. It's like 74 or something like that, I think. And he's got 2-star skills, so you wouldn't expect him to be the sort of player that can really go on lovely little mazy runs and cut in and out of defenses. But I find he does it really well. Look at him doing it right here, utilising the no-touch dribbling, and we do the best thing possible and get ourselves a penalty. Slimani steps up and nets that one, buries it into the top left corner, and we go 1-0 up just before half-time, which is exactly what we want. A solid finish from what has been an incredibly cheap, amazing in-form or second in-form striker on this game. My opponent hits the bar right there, and yeah, my opponent hits the bar, and then he gets through once again right here with Adrian Ramos, plays it to Mario Götze. The lag's kicking in a little bit, and he somehow slips it past my goalkeeper, and we go into the halftime break at 1-1, when, as you can see, I feel like I've dominated in that particular half. Second half was, again, it actually turned into a tough game, rather than, I thought I was breezing it in the first half, even though we went in it at a draw. But second half, I felt like I had a little bit more of a tough game, if you know what I mean. So we stick it in the back of the net right there. I'm afraid it was offside, Slimani. That one's not going to count, buddy. And we just keep trying it. I know this guy's got amazing shooting, so I'm just like, okay, get the ball to him as often as you can, and I will try and do the damage. It wasn't quite working. The keeper was having an absolutely amazing game until that happens in the 90-something minute. We get a lovely goal with Tolisso, of all people, our left CDM in this squad, and it's from one of those short corners that you pass it out into the edge of the box. That seemed to work. First time I've ever tried and attempted that one, and it really did work. So luckily we get the 2-1 win right at the end of the game right there, and that was a tough game. And it's probably the last one that we're going to be playing with this 4-2-2 squad right now. He's got 9 goals and 2 assists in 5 games. I'm quite impressed with that. And then we go into a final game with this squad right here. This is kind of like our main squad, but I have to admit, it's probably not as good as the other squad that we've built. I think I have problems with like Dybala and stuff like that. You guys know by now, if you watch my content, you know that for some reason I just struggle with Dybala. And look at this mess right here. We eventually stick it into the back of the net, but it was a very tough one. I don't think you saw the squad that my opponent's got right now. It's just a very sort of, you know, strong looking BPL squad because obviously. But this first half was, I knew my opponent was good. And I think that threw me off a little bit. We went 1-0 up, obviously, which is great. But then we get opportunities like this, and I somehow stick it wide. I had 8 shots, 5 on target, and I was only 1-0 up. That scared me a little bit, especially when Lukaku plays a lovely ball through to Finalé, who sticks it into the back of the net, and that is 1-1 quite early on in the second half, giving my opponent a lot of time to take this game if he wanted it. I think he nutmegged me right there with Balassi, and again, it was kind of nearly a carbon copy of the goal that went in the first match of today's episode. It wasn't a good one, and unfortunately we go 2-1 down. We've got a little bit of time to get back into this game. We try it here with Candreva. Good block, good save, and then I'm giving fouls away. Very frustrating. He pushes through through to Lukaku, hits the underside of the bar. Somehow we come away like not letting another goal in right there. But as you can see, the attacks went to my opponent towards the end of the game. And unfortunately, our last game of this Road to Glory has resulted in a defeat, which I would have loved it to have been a win because it's a lovely way to wrap things up and stuff. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened. So, of course, this is what was our main team towards the end. Now I'm going to be summing up what you can do if you are willing to play around 50 games of Ultimate Team. I mean, this has taken, what, 1 to 2 months? So it's around 1 game per day on average, which is really not too much time taken out of your life. If you're willing to put this into Ultimate Team, you can come away with informs. We've got a couple of sweet teams. We've got 15, 16k in the bank, I think. And I think I put there's probably sort of 35k put into this squad right here. The main squad again was probably, I think it was like 45 or 50k, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. So I reckon there's around 100,000 coins. Don't forget, we've also been in the draft as well. So we've had an opportunity to play the draft. We got up to like Division 6 in the seasons. And then, of course, for me, it started to get a little bit too difficult. And it wouldn't have made amazing content for you if I'd have kept playing that. So we played a lot of online singles. This is what you can earn yourself within the 50 games. You could probably do it way better than me if you're a better Ultimate Team player. So as you can see there, that was like 80,000 coins and all that good stuff. So there is scope to do this without spending loads and loads of money and stuff. And you can see we've got informs, we've got all of that good stuff. And on your screens right now, I mean, that was first Inform Suarez. There's another Inform Suarez now. I'm showing you potentials of what could be players for a new Road to Glory starting at the weekend. All I want from you guys is a comment down below. And if you could leave me who you would like me to use, I'm thinking we could do a return to the Bite the Bullet with the second Inform Suarez, and I could get the old crossbow back out again and stuff like that if you guys would like. I could also do something with Neymar, the Wonder Kid or something like that. I don't know. You guys need to let me know down below in the comments section. Whilst you're there, if you could smash that thumbs up on this finale, that would be absolutely awesome. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you are new. I'm going to have a new Road to Glory going up this weekend, and I'm going to attempt to upload that one every single day throughout December. So you guys are going to have loads of content, double uploads and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.